have the weight of the world on your shoulders because you're like a single mom. You know what I mean?
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's romance has been completely falling apart lately. But even though he's continuing to distance himself from her, she's willing to do whatever it takes to make their marriage work. In a last-ditch effort to keep Travis around, Kourtney is allegedly planning on having another baby soon. The details surrounding her bizarre plan to save her crumbling marriage are seriously insane. So let's break them down. On November 1st, 2023, Kourtney and Travis welcomed their son, Rocky. Everything seemed perfect, but over the last few months, the couple's relationship has seemingly quickly gone downhill. Ever since Kourtney and Rocky came home from the hospital, Travis has been revealing his extremely toxic true colors. Travis used to be over the top with how much affection he showed Kourtney, and they were so inseparable that it raised a lot of red flags with their followers. But his behavior has totally changed, and lately he's been acting more self-centered than ever. Only about a week after Rocky was born, Travis started spending most of his free time socializing with his friends. Instead of helping Kourtney with their son to give her a much-needed break, he's been abandoning her at home to take care of their baby by herself. Travis has even been leaving Kourtney and Rocky to go have lengthy jam sessions with his musician friends at his spare mansion. It honestly seems like he's been intentionally avoiding his wife and son more often than not. But in an attempt to save their marriage, Kourtney is now supposedly trying to get him to be more involved in an absolutely shocking way. According to what sources recently revealed to the Daily Mail, Kourtney is making major plans for her and Travis's near future. She reportedly wants to have another baby with him already, and she even has the timeline all figured out. Believe it or not, Kourtney allegedly wants to have a second baby with Travis sooner rather than later. The insiders claim that she's willing to wait a little while since Rocky is still so young, but supposedly she really wants their next child to be born as soon as next year. Kourtney's goal to have another baby so quickly is super crazy, and not just because Rocky is only a few months old. It just doesn't make much sense to expand their family anytime soon, since Travis hasn't exactly been very present in their son's life. Kourtney seems to be hoping that her plan will not only make him a more hands-on parent, but also keep him interested in staying married to her. It's possible that she believes that Travis will want to be around more once their second baby is born, and the reason why is seriously outrageous. Before the couple found out they were expecting a baby boy, Kourtney said that she didn't have a preference for whether she and Travis had a boy or a girl, but it turns out that might not have always been the case. In March 2022, sources claiming to have inside knowledge told Life and Style something much different. At the time, Kourtney and Travis were still trying to have a baby, but they had stopped the entire fertility treatment process. The insiders revealed that Kourtney mainly just wanted to have a healthy baby, but apparently she was also allegedly hoping to have another daughter. The sources added that Kourtney reportedly loved the idea of having a baby girl with Travis. And during the season 4 finale episode of The Kardashians, Kim actually dropped an unexpected hint after everyone found out that Travis and Kourtney were expecting a baby boy. In the scene that showed the couple's gender reveal, Kim made an intriguing suggestion after the celebration. She mentioned that Kourtney and Travis might need to have another baby after their son was born so that they could have both a boy and a girl together. Now, that appears to be a huge part of Kourtney's grand scheme to save their marriage. Even though Kourtney's initial reasoning behind wanting another daughter might have been innocent enough, it's no longer her only motive. She's supposedly fixated on having baby number 2 with Travis next year, but she also desperately wants to have a girl for an honestly insane reason. Travis definitely acts more like a friend than a typical parent to his older kids. However, there's no denying that he has a really special bond with Alabama. He and Landon have a good relationship as well, but he and his daughter have always been incredibly close. Not to mention, Travis also has a genuinely amazing connection with his stepdaughter, Atiana. She recently posted a TikTok of her nighttime skincare routine, but she also showed off something pretty surprising in the video. Atiana revealed a small section of her wall with post-it notes attached, and there were encouraging messages written on them. At some point while Travis had been at her apartment, he'd left thoughtful notes for her and signed them Dad alongside a heart that he'd drawn. It seems like it's a little bit easier for Travis to connect on an emotional level with his daughters than it is with Landon. It's possible that Kourtney wants to have a baby girl with Travis soon because she's expecting there to be a truly bizarre domino effect. Obviously, Kourtney has seen how close Travis is with his daughters, but lately it's most likely been impossible for her to ignore how uninterested he is in staying home with her and how uninvolved he is with their newborn son. So before Travis completely disconnects passes or Rocky gets older and realizes his father is absent, Courtney is putting her plan into action. In an attempt to get Travis to be a more present father and husband, Courtney is allegedly hoping that he'll automatically feel emotionally attached to their baby girl. If that leads to him being more involved with parenting, it'll be easier for him to form a stronger bond with Rocky. But if Travis doesn't immediately have the same connection with their baby girl that he has with his oldest daughters, Courtney's plan might seriously backfire. She could end up taking care of both kids on her own, which would add to the distance between her and Travis. Courtney is counting on Travis being around more and their marriage improving once their future daughter is born. But even if she knew with complete certainty that her plan to save her relationship would be successful, there's a major obstacle they need to overcome first. The sources who spoke to the Daily Mail also claim that Courtney and Travis's next baby will almost certainly be born via surrogate. That means they would more than likely have to go through IVF or a similar fertility treatment, which could be either beneficial or devastating. If Courtney and Travis decide to go through IVF and everything goes according to plan, they would be able to choose the gender of the baby. That would obviously make Courtney's dream of having another daughter come true. But unfortunately, the process isn't an easy feat at all. The couple had tried it before, and aside from the fertility treatments taking an intense mental and physical toll on Courtney, none of the rounds that she and Travis tried were successful. When she appeared on an October 2022 episode of the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, she revealed that the entire IVF process had been insanely overwhelming. Courtney explained that she had stopped undergoing the fertility treatment in January of that year because of its negative impact on her. She claimed that she always felt drained of energy, so her doctor recommended that she have a thorough scan of her brain done. Surprisingly, the results showed that Courtney's hormones, adrenal glands, and thyroid had been strongly affected by the medication used in the IVF process. She confessed that she wished that the treatments had worked out for her, but she ultimately decided to quit because she didn't want to keep putting herself through the mental and physical stress anymore. Fortunately, Courtney and Travis were able to have Rocky without going through any additional fertility treatments. But because of her age, she was lucky to be able to get pregnant in the first place. But that's another reason why Courtney isn't planning on carrying the baby herself. She had more risk and complications with her last pregnancy, partially because of her age. But nothing prepared her for how terrifying it was when she was unexpectedly hospitalized in September. Courtney still hasn't fully explained the reason why Rocky needed to have an emergency operation before he was born, but during an interview with Vogue in October, she revealed that she was still struggling to process the fear she felt when she was told that her unborn baby needed surgery to save his life. Because of how challenging Courtney's last pregnancy was due to the complications and procedure, surrogacy is pretty much the only option in her eyes. Hopefully, if she ends up going through IVF again, she has a better experience with fewer side effects and it's successful. But that's still only part of Courtney's alleged plan. Fingers crossed that everything else falls into place and works out in her favor. Her attempt to save her marriage by having another baby with Travis soon is definitely unconventional, but at the end of the day, their son deserves to have a more involved dad in his life, and Courtney shouldn't be forced to deal with having a selfish, absent husband. Anyway, now that we've gotten into the unbelievable plan that Courtney allegedly has to try to save her marriage, I want to know what your thoughts are. What do you think about her wanting to have another baby with Travis so soon, especially considering he's been distancing himself from her and Rocky? What are your thoughts on Courtney using a surrogate to carry her next baby? Let me know in the comments below.